Today we're talking all about the new Midjourney in Paint feature. It is changing how everyone can edit images with just text. And you're going to want to stick around to the end of the show. We've got some of the best examples out there on how to use Midjourney Paint. I'm your co-host Kip Bodner, CMO at HubSpot. I'm joined by my co-host Kieran Flanagan, CMO at Zapier, and this is Marketing Against the Grain. Let's get into today's show. Okay, Kieran, we have major AI updates to talk to you about, but Kieran, we spend a lot of time talking about the awesome sides of AI. There are some non-awesome sides of AI, and I wanted to share a tweet with you that I think is going to freak you and our listeners out. You ready? I don't know if you saw this. This is from our friend Rowan Chung, who runs The Rundown, awesome AI, Twitter influencer. You should go check him out. Have you seen this app?
No, what does it do?
It's called Pimeys, Pimeys. You upload one picture of somebody and it finds all the pictures of them on the entire internet.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, can
Yes.
you WhatsApp me this? Can you WhatsApp me this? Like, I know we're live recording, but please do WhatsApp me this because I want to actually check this out.
No, so can you see the video? You can see the video here. Rowan uploads one image of himself and it goes and finds every image of him that exists on the internet.
Wow.
And look, and it's like creepy, like little kid, like older images of him. It is bananas. I keep watching this 25-second video over and over because it's fascinating to me how good and how quick this app is.
That's pretty incredible. Like, that is a form of search, right? Like, we're seeing search
Correct.
continue to be deaggregated, decommoditized, like live inside all of these singular point solution apps in different ways. What's going to be really interesting, I want to upload my image because I suspect all of the images are me at conferences speaking. And I want to see if there's anything else of me on the internet so I can make sure that I expunge it.
Well, so the other thing is, the creepy thing about this, you can opt out of being included in this search, but you must upload your ID or passport to verify.
Oh, really?
So you have to give this like AI startup your ID, your like driver's license or passport to be.
Because that's what I want to do.
Right? Don't you feel like, oh, you know who I trust? Somebody named Pimeys with my passport.
Yeah. It's like trying to unsubscribe from an email list, and you have to like sign up to an account to unsubscribe from the email list that they signed you up to spam you. It's like, no, that's not how this should actually work, right? Like, no, I will not be giving my ID, my passport to you. I need to check that out. Okay, so that's
but so I think you did a great job bringing it back to the show in terms that's a very good example of how search is changing, and all the modalities in which we're going to be able to search in is going to be very different, and that search is probably going to verticalize much more, and you're going to have like image-based search like that, and it's going to be awesome, and you're going to be able to do a lot of really cool things, but you're also going to be able to do a lot of creepy things like that.
You're going to do a lot of, there's going to be a lot of like good and bad that this technology can use it for. But I do think it's going to open up a world for other types of search, like being able to like upload video and search on different videos adjacent to that video. Like we've, for the most part, got used to just searching on text. I know Google does do some image search already, but multimodal search is going to be pretty fascinating to watch as it kind of unravels.
Well, yes. And I think people are saying like, hey, people are going to use this facial and image search for stalking, for bad things. But I also think you're going to be able to use it to have a better understanding of, oh, I saw this person in this ad and like, I want to use them for my ad. Like, how do I find them? And like, you'll just be able to like take a picture like, oh, I want I saw these pair of shoes that this person was wearing. I could just upload them and I'll find a place to buy them, right? There's going to be both really good and really bad use cases here, but I thought it was an awesome thing for our viewers to just check out because to me, this is like the very early days of the next generation of search and with AI.
Never use your face in an ad. Here's a really good tip for you all. In the early days of when we were building out the product-led growth motion for HubSpot, we found an ad that worked really well, and it was featuring the face of one of our really good friends, a great UX designer. And the problem was the ad worked so well, and because the model had trained on that ad, that anytime we tried to like get that person's face removed from the ads because they were like, I'm all over the internet advertising like these sales tools, and the conversion rate was really strong, because the model had trained on that ad, it was hard to ever beat that ad with any other ad. And so we were like incentivized to keep using this person's like face to like advertise all of the sales tools. So there, you'd be very like conscious of what images you were
Be conscious of the photos you're using in your ads. It's Kieran's learned it the hard way.
Right.
Sorry to our friend who was all over the internet for a couple of years. But hey, we got another big thing that happened in the world this week, and that comes from our friends at Midjourney. We've talked a lot about Midjourney on the show. Some of our most popular videos are about Midjourney. Midjourney is leading the way in AI image generation, and this week they released Midjourney Paint, which is all about how you edit and change images within Midjourney. Tell everybody what's going on with Midjourney Paint.
So two of the biggest critiques of Midjourney is it's in Discord. Please take it out of Discord. But anyway, that is one of the critiques that I have. The second critique is it's really hard to edit images. And so they released something this week, which is in Paintin'. And so I'm going to bring up, and this is actually super awesome. I was playing around with it yesterday. And what it allows you to do, this is a really great tweet from Chase Leon, another AI Twitterer. And so, for example, what happens with this new feature is you can like upload an image. Here's a cool image of a dog, because dogs are awesome.
Love dogs.
Yeah, dogs always start with a dog picture. This is how you actually juice your numbers. So you can now actually start to like this very thing allows you to actually play around with this image, right? So you select a region. You basically can select the region of the image. Then you can actually freeform type how you want that image to change. And instead of the dog, you get cool cats, right? If you're not a dog person or you're doing a presentation, there's 3 things you want to put in your conference presentations: a dog, a kitten, or a baby. And so you can play around with photos and figure out what is the right thing for you. So you see like on and on, he gives examples of him selecting certain areas of the photos. He added this like cool flower. So I think that's how it works. Basically, you can edit any image by selecting the area, and you can edit it through natural language. And I think that is incredibly powerful. Again, it's democratizing how we create content. But I wanted to show one quick example that I thought was awesome that kind of shows us some of the time. Okay, so here's one of my favorite examples because it's Star Wars based, but
Star Wars sucks, dude. I'm sorry, but come on.
Yeah, well, the new ones do. But look, what I love about this is, and I'll see if I can fast forward it. So he's going to give this person what he calls a beautiful smile. Now, this has solved some of the problems with AI generated imagery, because the smile is actually more like a horror movie. So here is the beautiful smile. Have you ever seen the movie Smile, the horror movie? Have you ever seen it, Kip?
Yes, I have seen it.
Okay.
It is super creepy.
All right. So does this remind you of the Smile horror movie? I think I'm not sure if I would call that a beautiful smile, more like a horrifying smile. The other thing he does is he actually replaces the lightsaber with a banana. So he's got like a pretty cool looking banana there instead of the lightsaber. But there's some other cool ones. Like he does it here. I can take it from the video. But look at this. Like he changes this dress to like a yellow dress, right? But it's perfectly fitted to the. You wouldn't have realized like he changes it to. I don't know what that is. I know a globe dress. But like here's better. Here's a better version. The before, like the AI has been trained on some odd looking smiles, right? It maybe has got a little bit confused. So basically, you can now edit images like really easily by just shading the area and actually natural language asking the AI to change something through natural language. Pretty incredible.
Well, yeah. So what is mind blowing about this is Midjourney, again, small team. It's like sub 20 people. They are killing the AI generation game because just the fidelity of their images are so good. And the biggest complaint was basically this. It's like, cool, I can get this good, awesome, amazing image from Midjourney, but then I got to know Photoshop or do something else to really edit it and make it what I want it to be. And now Midjourney is like, nope, you don't need that. The biggest challenge, whether it be Midjourney, DALL-E, whatever, is generating an image and having that image being very hard to edit. And now, like you can iterate through an image really quickly. So like, let's say you're a fashion designer, like you can iterate through looks through an image really, really quickly to say like, oh yeah, that actually looks how I see it in my head. And now that is something I want to go and like sketch out, actually make. which is pretty freaking amazing that you're going to be able to iterate on this or A/B test certain elements of photos for your ads. We've talked a lot about advertising and images in advertising being so important. You're like, oh, well, let me test out a man and a woman versus an ad, or this color of outfit versus this color of outfit to see if that performs better. You can do that so quickly now. And you can do it so easily. And the fact that you can do it with text is mind-blowing to me, how fast we're going to be able to iterate on work that used to take us like hours or days is now just minutes.
Yeah, we did an episode of this where we showed some of the real applications of AI in Zapier and HubSpot, and you showed one where the paid marketing team had created imagery for paid ads. And I think that's a really good example where in the historically paid advertising, they need, like, all of these platforms are skewing towards imagery and videos. You even look at the breakdown that someone did of X's algorithm, which I thought was an incredible breakdown. And like in there, like things like, hey, if you comment, if you actually add video, if you add imagery, like basically things that people will engage with, you're going to do much better. The same thing in all of these kind of platforms that we advertise on. Visuals matter more and more. Now, historically, the paid advertising team is blocked by the fact that the designer to like iterate, and a paid advertising team actually would want hundreds of the same image with just different like tweaks to see which ones work. Now they can do that. They can just rapidly have the AI create multiple versions of something, and they can iterate and test something. That is like one team, one example. There is a multitude of different teams, different examples. In blogs, like every single B2B blog out there has the same stock photos, right? That should never happen again. We should have like custom images, one-of-one images for all of the content we create. So we are collapsing the talent stack. Like I've used that article many times, but like one person can just do many other things. And I think that is a good thing because their idea does not go through multiple iterations through how other people perceive that. It's their idea that they can bring to life. And I think that's hugely powerful for marketers.
Two things. One, we are embarking on an era of the renaissance of individual creativity. One person is now going to be able to do so much that they're going to be able to have a very focused creative vision and bring that to life without the help of a ton of other people. And that I think those ideas are going to be sharper and more pointed and more interesting. I think it's going to be a fun world to live in there because I'm an optimist and I believe that. The other thing I just came to mind, Kieran, as you were talking, we opened up today's episode talking about the really creepy PimEyes app where you can upload a photo and get all the photos on the internet of that person. One of the biggest PimEyes use cases is going to be determining if somebody's real or AI, right? Like, oh, I'm going to upload an image and like, oh, it's clear that this person is just on this kind of fake Twitter account and these fake ads, and they're just an AI-generated person versus a real person. And sadly, like that's what we're going to need to kind of figure out in the future is who's real and who's not.
That's a great point. I'm not going to say his name because I think he's suing everyone, but there's a guy on X who blew up as the biggest like host of Twitter Spaces, and there's been a bunch of negativity about how real the people in there are. And they're actually like, someone did a really good breakdown to show, hey, like most of these people are made up, like they're just fake accounts. And they did that by actually showing the imagery and showing the images like we're one-of-one. So I think that's an incredible use case where you can have apps like that. They can run through these images and they can say, hey, this person is a one-of-one, more than likely a fake versus like real. Now, there are going to be some people who just don't like the internet. And so they're going to be a one-of-one because they're living better lives than us and aren't on the internet. And I actually envy them. Sometimes I wish I wasn't on the internet. But anyway, I agree. Great application of that.
Look, this has been one of the biggest weeks in AI in a long time. It's incredible. We are getting huge progress in new models, improving existing features of products like Midjourney. Go back. This is one of those shows you're going to want to watch a second time. We are here for you. We're going to be back with more marketing, business, AI, news, commentary very soon on Marketing Against the Grain.
This data is wrong every freaking time.
Have you heard of HubSpot? HubSpot is a CRM platform where everything is fully integrated.
Whoa, I can see the client's whole history, calls, support tickets, emails, and here's a task from 3 days ago I totally missed.
HubSpot. Grow better.